Not so Slim Shady. What's up, dude?
I haven't seen you since high school.
Hey, titty twister.
Stop! Oh! You're good at this, huh?
Yeah.
Test results, gentlemen.
Such bull. You're really good at this.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be friends?
Yeah, dude.
You're ready for a lifetime of being badasses.
Oh, I am.
I thought this job would have more car chases and explosions.
You're dead.
Yours isn't loaded, right?
Nah, that's no fun.
What's up, Chief?
Got our first bust.
I got him! Yes! Yes!
You forgot to read him his Miranda rights. Do you even know the Miranda rights?
Look, it obviously starts with, do you have the right to remain an attorney?
Did you say you have the right to be an attorney?
You do have the right to be an attorney if you want to.
We're reviving a canceled undercover program from the 80s.
Where do we report to?
Down on Jump Street, 21 Jump Street.
You are here because you some Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus looking mothers. You will be going in as undercover high school students.
You have exceptional muscle tone there, young man. When'd you go through puberty? Like it's 7 or something?
There's a new synthetic drug at Sagan High. The mission is find a supplier.
I think the dealers are the popular kids.
We should throw a party. That would be the quickest way to get in with them.
Come on, let's go.
Don't give nobody no drugs, no alcohol.
I promise you we'll be super professional.
All I do is party. Take it here so I know you're cool. Have fun.
Are you guys on drugs? I don't like that. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
A lot of things that made me wonder about you. Your taste in music. The fact that you look like a 40-year-old man.
Let me check out your chest. Check out your test.
After what you pulled yesterday, there's no way you could be cops, right?
Will you go to prom with me? That was crazy! Oh, when did I get stabbed? That's awesome! Yeah! Why do you always jump across the car like that?
Because it looks cool. You try. You okay?
I think I crapped my pants.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet again another movie review. This time we're going back a while. I believe, and I can check here in a second, on IMDb, all the way back to 2012, I believe? Which, I don't remember what year I saw this movie. The first time. I recently watched it again. I don't know why I'm hiding the name. Because you obviously... It's in the title. 21 Jump Street, which, yes, was 2012, March 16th, 2012, which, ironically, I watched kind of around there somewhere. I don't remember exactly what day I watched it. I'm not doing the review around there. It was either the 13th or the 20th, but either way, pretty close to the 16th, in between there somewhere. So that's pretty cool. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but this stars Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. A pair of underachieving cops are sent back to a local high school to blend in and bring down a synthetic drug ring. This was directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. If you don't know who they are most known for doing Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. This is on one of the only, like, they did 21 and 22 Jump Street were, like, some of the only live-action films that they have done, directed-wise at least. So, it's pretty cool. They did a very, very good job. So, this movie means a lot to me. Both 1 and 2. Again, I'll save most of the stuff for the second review, which will most likely be tomorrow. The reason why is 22 Jump Street takes place during spring break. It's Saturday that 22 Jump Street will release, so it's a bit of hopefully, it's a bit of a, a little bit late, because spring break was really last week, but, I watched the movie Sunday night into Monday, as I don't normally do it that specifically. I just felt like doing it then, but I normally watch it the week of spring break. So, but anyway, yeah, that's a whole thing for the second one. But this one is based off of the original TV show, 21 Jump Street. Now, I showed the trailer. This movie is rated R. Be aware. The trailer I showed was the green band trailer, which means no, like, not a swearing, not too much. There is a red band trailer. I'll decide by the time I start exporting it whether I want to include it or not afterward. It's basically the same trailer, just with swearing and stuff. Sorry. I hit my mic. So it's pretty much the same, like almost pretty much the same shots and everything, just red band. So you get more of a feel for the movie, which I'm always impressed with the editing on green band trailers because they remove the swear words, but the lines are the same as in the red band trailers and in the movies. So I'm very surprised. Either they had someone record the lines without the swearing, or they did a very good job at editing it out. But I'm not a huge fan of the original show starring Johnny Depp, but I am a fan. And from my knowledge, again, I could be wrong about this, but from my understanding, Johnny Depp did not like playing in that TV show all that much, which will lead into something else we have to talk about later dealing with this movie. But from my understanding, he really didn't like working on that show. I don't know why. I have no idea. Again, I could be wrong about that, but that's from what I have heard and from my understanding, he didn't like that, even though it was where he got his start. So again, I'm just saying that, but take that with a word of like caution there. I'm not too positive on that. It's what I've been told and what I have kind of stayed with for a long time, but yeah. So, Jonah Hill's character's name is Schmidt, or as his parents say, Schmitty. Channing Tatum plays Janko, and kind of a weird role that you probably would not have seen this person in. She was most recently, other than like big title movie, was Captain Marvel. Brie Larson actually plays this in this movie as Molly Tracy, which most people that I ask don't actually know that Brie Larson plays in this movie. It was before she became Captain Marvel, but she's in this movie, and honestly, she doesn't do such a terrible job in this movie. I recently saw Captain Marvel more recently, like within the last 2 months, and honestly, it wasn't like the best Marvel movie of all time, but she did not do a terrible job acting in it. And I've heard multiple different things about her acting and otherwise, and I think she did a pretty good job in this movie. They don't show her in the trailer, but she's kind of a love-ish character. Dave Franco, which if you don't know who Dave Franco is, if you ever heard of James Franco, is James Franco's brother, which James Franco normally plays in movies with Seth Rogen and does stuff like that. He was in one of the Planet of the Apes movies, I believe. Rob Riggle, which fantastic actor, is in this as well. He was more recently on a TV show, a golf TV show, which I watched, which was on Hulu, and I absolutely loved that. Ice Cube is in this. Fantastic. Those are the big named ones. There's some other ones that you may or may not know. Can you hear that? My PS5, I have a disc in there, and it just goes... So sorry if you can hear that. That's annoying. But anyway, I'm going to continue. This movie also is not insanely long. Again, it's rated R. It is 1 hour and 49 minutes. Now, I am going to be biased in this review because it means something to me. As I said, this movie is the first rated R movie I ever saw. And it means something to me. I'm a big movie person, so it sticks out to me. Some other people probably won't care because they probably saw 100 rated R movies. But I did not go to the theater for this. Recently, I was able to see it in the theater, and I was very happy about that. I never had once saw it in the theater, so being able to see it in the theater was quite fun. But I remember I was sitting in my living room watching it, and that was the first time I had ever watched a rated R movie. And it was the first rated R movie I ever saw. So, it means more to me. And 22 Jump Street, there's another reason, but I'm going to save that reason for the next video, the 22 Jump Street movie review, because if I say everything in this review, it's kind of pointless to go to the other one. And so, yeah, I'm going to just talk about it in that review, which will probably come out tomorrow. And then I have another movie planned for Sunday. If I watch it, I'll try to watch it either way, but I have particularly planned at a certain time to watch it. I think it might be playing in theaters. Maybe I'll go to theater to see it. It's an old movie. Again, it's an Easter movie. But I might plan that to release on Sunday. We'll see. Anyway, then we're not talking about that. We're talking about 20 Jump Street. So, this is a comedy. This is an action comedy crime, as it says on IMDb. It's an hour and 49 minutes long, so not very long. About an hour 50. Maybe a little longer. Different places have different things. I think the back of the disc actually says an hour like 40, but it's actually like an hour 50. So, don't trust the back of the case. This movie recently released in 4K in 2019, I believe. No, 2020. 2020. Released in 4K 2020. During the whole pandemic thing was when it released in 4K. So if you'd like to get it, I will leave links in description below to where you can find the disc versions and the digital versions. And I'll try to update some of my older reviews with that information too, for those particular reviews. When I have time, of course, just take that as you will. But if you ever want to know about those, feel free to check in the descriptions to see if I have put anywhere where you can purchase them. For example, a review I did recently, Willy's Wonderland, that description has basically everything I could find digitally of like legit sources to buy from, ones that I would buy from personally. If there are other places that carry it digitally, that's fine. And Willy's Wonderland's not on DVD and Blu-ray yet, but I believe it will be sometime in April. But that's just an example. But this movie, of course, has been out for a while, and if you want it in 4K, I'm sure you can get it digitally in 4K. But I will be putting together a list of stuff obviously for you guys, for anyone who wants to go and buy it. But anyway, so this follows, and finally we're actually getting to the movie. This follows Janko and Schmidt. The trailer starts off with them in school. There's not too much in school, and it starts off with the song, Will the Real Slim Shady Please Stand Up, which I never heard that song before then. And anytime I hear that song, I only think of like the first minute of 21 Jump Street. And the song starts playing in the credits, and then it goes to seeing Schmidt walk through the front doors. And then as soon as he walks through the front doors, it goes, Will the Real Slim Shady Please Stand Up, and then cuts off and fades out. I have seen it a lot of times. This is a regular watch for me, as well as 22 Jump Street is. 22 Jump Street definitely every year, but 21 Jump Street is the prequel. Now, here's the thing. If you haven't seen 21 Jump Street, or you haven't seen it in a long time, I highly recommend that you watch it before watching 22 Jump Street, sorry. 22 Jump Street's jokes rely off of 21 Jump Street. If you don't see 21 Jump Street before you see 22 Jump Street, some of the jokes won't hit, some of the jokes won't be funny. Now, when I talk about 22 Jump Street, I'll go into a little bit of spoilers on the jokes. But I feel like 22 Jump Street, and I already know somebody that I know that has said that 22 Jump Street isn't as good as the first one for them, but I personally like the second one, even possibly more than the first one. But I guess it just kind of depends on the person you are and the type of comedy and action movie you like. So again, I understand this is not for some people, but yeah, just so you're aware. So I remember that song. I also know that, what else? There are cameos. There's only a couple of cameos, about 3 cameos in this movie. And we're going to go into a little bit of spoiler territory now, so just be warned. I'm not going to spoil anything that happens in the movie, but if you are a fan of the original TV show and you want to watch this, which first off, let me say, this is vastly different than the original TV show. It is technically a continuation, but this is rated R. And the TV show was not rated R. It was not. So just be aware. It's different than the original TV show. But characters do appear. So technically it's a continuation. Anyway, moving on. Cameos. It's actually in the trailer. They have a very quick sneak peek of a lady when they're getting... Jeez! I didn't realize my speakers were going to be that loud turning off. Jeez, that was my speakers turning off. But what was I saying? The lady, I don't remember her name. I don't know what the character she is in the show. But when they're getting their car in the trailer, it might be in the red band trailer. It might be in the green band. I don't know. But when they're getting their car, she is, I believe, one of the people from the original. And then Johnny Depp and his partner appear. And actually, they're in disguise, so you can actually find out who they are if you pay attention. He's actually... Johnny Depp and the other guy are in the movie a couple of times, actually. So if you pay attention, you can find out. But if you watch the movie, and I'll talk about the spoiler for 21 Jump Street in 22? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll just quickly mention it, so skip like a minute if you don't want to hear it. But this involves what I said before. Johnny Depp's character and the other guy do die in this movie. And I think that backs up the thing I said where Johnny Depp didn't like it, because I believe he would only do this as long as his character got killed. Because in the bonus features, Rob Riggle said, or someone said, that that was their idea, was killing their characters, and Johnny Depp wanted that. So that's the only confirmation from an official source, I believe, that at least I can remember, that I have seen. So, he wanted it. It's a good scene. It's a fun scene. But, yeah, just be aware. So I'm putting that in here, because 22 Jump Street can also be watched without 21, technically. It is a fun movie, but yeah, so. So it was great seeing Johnny Depp in here. It was fun. And he does swear. So again, if you're a fan of the original series, just be aware. It's not exactly like it, but it's not a bad movie. 21 Jump Street is the exact type of movie that you would expect to be a throwaway movie. It's that kind of movie. And it did really well. Both movies did extremely well. And you'd think that they wouldn't have. They're that kind of movie, and some of the jokes could seem kind of, throwaway. But it's a really good movie. It's really fun. I give it a 10 out of 10. I get it a 5 out of 5 stars, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to say, A+. It's a really good movie. Now, I know this movie's not for everybody, but I like comedies. And again, I do want to say again, I'm kind of biased, because both these movies have meaning to me. Again, this was my first rated R movie, and I'll talk about the other one, the reasoning, when I do that review. But they mean something to me. So obviously, when something means something to me, I'm going to have a bit more of a bias towards the movie than not. So keep that in mind if you're going to go watch this movie, if you haven't watched it yet. Just be aware. That's the kind of way it's going to be. But this movie is enjoyable. It's a comedy. It's fun. It's funny. And I'll give a couple of jokes. So, I can't think of any. When they first going to school for the second time, Schmidt's worried, and Janko, because Janko was popular and he wasn't, and Janko's giving him a list of things, like do this and this. First day, if a kid walks up to you, you punch him in the face. You make fun of people who try this, that, and he gives him a list. And then they go to school and he does all those things, and everybody hates him. He punches a guy who walks him up, and apparently that guy ended up being gay. Because he said, turn that gay-ass music off. And the guy's like, you punched me because I'm gay? I was like, no, it punched you, but you happened to be gay afterward. He's like, I was gay when you punched me. That may not be the best joke, but that's one I can remember. It's also kind of cool to see, like, I think he blames Glee, too. He's like, oh, Glee, F you, Glee. Because he blames Glee for everyone acting so weird. Because he's not popular. Like, he wouldn't fit in the movies high schools, he would not fit in the current day that the movie takes place in, because he was popular when he was a kid, but not. And if you end up getting the movie on disc, watch the bonus features, or bonus features in general, because there's an alternate opening that goes through, like, Janko's... actually, it might be in the second movie. I think it might be in the second movie, maybe. But which I might talk about it there, but it involves the school aspect, so I'll talk about it here. He's really into football. In the second movie, hopefully I'll remember, that's why I want to say it now, he ends up doing some football-related stuff. Well, they had an alternate opening for, I think, the second film, where he gets called from, like, the coach, and the coach is like, I can't play you, because he flunked some classes, and he gets really upset. And later in the movie, he gets a second chance at getting a football scholarship kind of thing. From what I recall. Yeah. So, that's just kind of the thing there. It's kind of good to watch the bonus features on some movies, especially if you like them. Nowadays, they tend to not have too many additional bonus features, as well as like things like Willy's Wonderland probably won't have a lot of bonus features, because I was watching a interview with, I think, the director or something, and he basically said that they had 3 takes to get, like, basically, I'm guessing 3 takes on every shot they did because of their budget, which is stupid. When I'm guessing they're still using a film camera. And because of that, it limits how many times they can film, because they might be able to film over the film, but it like degrades it. It's not good. Digital cameras, you can just do however many, but Hollywood's the way it is, and budget's a thing. So, like, there probably won't be a gag reel when that movie releases on Blu-ray. Probably not. Just because they probably don't have too much of a gag reel. Most of their shots are probably one takes. They probably shot them the first time and it looked extremely good, because that's just kind of how it is. That's kind of the way it had to be for them. But this movie is Sony owned, so I'm sure, and there is gag reels. So if you want to see those, that's fine. And there's always behind the scenes. It's interesting to see how they do some shots, because sometimes they use CGI and then sometimes they don't. And sometimes they get shots with real helicopters and real people, real explosions, because sometimes CGI just don't cut it. So it's interesting to see if you can pick up interesting tidbits of information or see how they filmed some scenes. So it's really interesting to look at. But Ice Cube is funny. There are so many jokes. And again, the second movie relies on the first movie's jokes, and it's kind of like a big continuation of some jokes too. And yeah, which is kind of fun. And all the actors do a great job in this movie. And yeah, I'm trying not to I've said enough about like later aspects of the movie. I don't want to say you do find out who's behind the whole drug thing, which that's interesting too, if you're interested. Of course, that's part of the movie, but duh. And I think the story pretty much fully wraps around, so yeah. But yeah, I highly recommend this movie. Again, if you're old enough. I know that nowadays a lot of kids watch R-rated movies, but the ratings are there for a reason. I'd say if you're like in middle school still, as long as your parents say it's fine, who cares, you know? And to be honest, I kind of have to say that because I don't want to seem like rebellious, although rebellious is fine, I guess. It's normal. But ratings are there for a reason. Again, if you've watched my Queen's Corgi movie review, I even talk about it there and how people were saying it was not kid-friendly. It's not a kid's movie because it's not a kid's movie. The Queen's Corgi is a family movie, and even Microsoft's webpage says it's a family movie, which I mentioned in my Paddington 2 review. It's a family movie, which does not mean let your kids watch it alone. It does not mean it's meant for your kids. It's rated PG for certain reasons, including basically sexual innuendo, which the movie has. So, like, if I which I actually have the case here for 21 Jump Street, so I can read it off, which I just need my phone. Rated R for crude and sexual content, persuasive language, drug material, teen drinking, and some violence. So yeah, you got to be aware of what the ratings are on movies. Because, again, another big one is Deadpool, which I haven't done a review for on my channel, but don't worry, I will. And also, excuse me, geez. I've been talking for 20 minutes and all of a sudden I start burping. I apologize. Again, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm probably not going to edit those out if you heard them. I severely apologize. I just don't have a lot of time to do these. But Deadpool was rated R, but people took their kids to see it because they're like, oh, it's a Marvel movie. Nothing could happen with that. Yeah, well, you would be surprised. So just take an eye out. Just take a second to look at the R rating or the PG-13 rating or something. And, just look at it. And I don't really take ratings to be a, full-blown, unless theater-wise, they kind of have to. Theaters have to be strict on that. They don't have much of a choice, or they'll get a reputation like AMC has, where they let anyone in, which is not a good reputation to have, because it's not really a good business model. It's not safe. For teens, it's great, but not a safe reputation to have. But, anyway, I think it's really up to, if you're 17, you can watch R ratings. You can make up your own mind at that point. But I think in the end, it's up to parents most of the time to decide if their kids can watch it. And if the parents don't care, well, guess what? Then it doesn't matter. Sorry, that's a side tangent. It's really because of my my thing about Queen's Corgi, and I know that any friend of mine who really knows that movie and the fact that I actually like that movie a lot more than probably anyone else does, it really perturbs me that parents did not look at the rating before going in and realize it had sexual innuendos in it and such, and it was like, oh yeah, the movie's not kid friendly, or when they rented it or something, and I'm like, yeah, it's annoying. Anyway, every movie review at some point goes into the Queen's Corgi, doesn't it? I can't really talk about in-depth details of this movie because there's not too much to spoil, but it's a fun ride. There's a lot of jokes. The first one I think has more jokes than the second one, so if you're into comedy, this one has a lot of comedy and a lot of good jokes, and it's really fun and really funny. Another good one is Jonah Hill is talking, right? And he chokes up. When he was in school, he was asking a girl out, and he was choking up. And then she's like, oh, you're not asking me to prom, are you? And then Janko's like, yeah. And then he said something, and then Janko's like, yeah, it's because you're a fucking nerd. And, well, she's hot. Kind of deal, that he wouldn't get the girl. And also, there's some jokes revolving around him not being able to shoot. He won't actually shoot at people. He chokes up. And when he's talking to another girl about asking her out to go to prom, he chokes, and Janko's listening on a wiretap kind of thing, on a phone or something. And he's like, oh, he's gonna choke. And then he's trying to ask, and then he literally chokes, and then Janko's starts dying of laughing. That is literally the sound of choking. I'm not doing, again, describing jokes tend to not really be the best way to experience them, but it's great jokes. Again, jokes you would think would not work, but they just do in this movie. So, anyway, that's about going to do it. And I think I will throw the Red Band trailer on afterward, right before, just because Red Band trailer is a little bit different than that. We'll see. If it gets blocked worldwide, then I'll remove the Red Band trailer, see if the Green Band trailer will stay. But no matter what, both links for the Green and Red Band trailer will be places. I'm probably not going to put both of them in the outro card, but I'll probably put them down below for sure, and in cards throughout the video. If you're on a PC, I don't think you get them on mobile or Xbox or PlayStation or anything, but if you're on PC watching or on a maybe even mobile on a web browser, you probably will gain access to them. Maybe you can on mobile. But, yeah, either way, they'll be there. I just don't know if I'll put them on the outro card, because normally what I do on the outro card is I have 2 of them be a video recommended for you, the last video uploaded, and then normally I put 1 other movie review of some sort in the outro card, and then the trailer. The one, like, I normally use 1 trailer. So I'll probably do the Green Band trailer in the outro card, and then I'll probably throw the others around. If for some odd reason it gets banned worldwide and I have to remove the Red Band trailer, I might just add it in and remove, like, the most, like, which one is it? The most recently uploaded one. But I do want to try to have, like, another one of my reviews, because I like to recommend. And to be honest, that'll probably end up being 22 Jump Street when I release that. Anyway, because it's the second movie in the series. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around if you want to see the Red Band trailer, which, again, this video will be marked as not kid-friendly. But if you want to see the Red Band trailer, stick around. Again, if you want to support, which this movie's old at this point, but if you want to support Sony's YouTube channel, which is what I tried to get it off of, you can go ahead and go over there and watch it. And anytime I have trailers, if you want to support the company, YouTube channel, because they might be able to make money off of it, you can go ahead and go over and click on the link and just take like 3 minutes to watch the trailer over there, which nobody was that case. I probably won't ever put the trailer on there because it just got blocked worldwide, so I had to take that off. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Not so Slim Shady. What's up? Holy shit.
I haven't seen you since high school.
Hey, titty twister, titty twister.
Stop! Fuck! You're good at this, huh?
Yeah. Test results, gentlemen.
Such bullshit. You're really good at this.
Yeah.
Hey, you wanna be friends?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Get ready for a lifetime of being badass motherfuckers.
Oh, I am.
God, dude, I thought this job would have more car chases and explosions and shit.
No fucking way.
If we could take them down, we'd be off park duty for sure.
You guys even real cops? You look like kids on Halloween.
Hey, you want me to beat your dick off?
You want to beat my dick off?
I think what he was trying to say was he's gonna punch you so many times around the genital area that your dick's just gonna fall off.
Hail the conquering heroes.
Got our first bust.
Yes! Yes!
You forgot to read him his Miranda rights. Do you even know the Miranda rights?
Look, it obviously starts with, do you have the right to remain an attorney?
Did you say you have the right to be an attorney?
You do have the right to be an attorney if you want to.
We're reviving a canceled undercover police program from the 80s. You idiots are officially transferred.
Where do we report?
Down on Jump Street, 21 Jump Street.
You are here because you some Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus looking motherfuckers. You will be going in as undercover high school students.
Kids are weird these days. What the fuck are those things?
You have exceptional muscle tone there, young man. When'd you go through puberty? Like at 7 or something?
There's a new synthetic drug at Sagan High. The mission is find a supplier.
I think the dealers are the popular kids.
We should throw a party. That would be the quickest way to get in with them.
Rule number 1.
Let's go.
Don't give nobody no drugs, no alcohol. Are you two throwing a party? There's rumors in the Twitter sphere.
I promise you we'll be super professional.
All I do is party.
Take it here so I know you're cool. Have fun.
Are you guys on drugs? I don't like that. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
A lot of things that made me wonder about you. Your taste in music. The fact that you look like a fucking 40-year-old man.
Let me check out your chest. Check out your test.
After that shit you pulled yesterday, there's no way you could be cops, right?
Will you go to prom with me? Oh, shit. When did I get stabbed? That's awesome! Yeah! Why do you always jump across the car like that?
Because it looks cool. You try. You okay?
I think I shit my pants.